What's up guys, it's Aiden, and today we're going to go through how the Weeknd made Too Late on FL Studio. The Weeknd just dropped his newest album called After Hours on the 20th of March, and today we're going to go through how he made Too Late on FL Studio. This song was definitely one of the more challenging remakes. As you can see, there's a lot of automation clips for filters, so we're not going to go through all that today. So today we're just going to go through the samples that I used, as well as the patterns and the presets. So we're introducing the song with this pattern. The wavetable we're using here is the basic mini wavetable. You'll see this oscillator used a lot throughout the song. This sounds similar to a saw oscillator, but this is definitely a lot closer to the actual song. You can find this inside of analog and basic mini. For the filter, we're using MG Low 12, and we're modulating the cutoff using LFO 1. Then we just have this really simple hi-hat loop. Here we're using the Zay hi-hat. Then we're adding this pretty simple reverse crash and clap loop. Then we have this plucking arpeggio that I created on Serum. And as the build-up continues, the notes stretch out. For this synth, again, we're using the basic mini wavetable as well as the analog BD sine wavetable, and I put some filters on it to give it a spacey effect. Playing with that, we have this bass synth from Nexus. It's the Prids sidechain bass. Then on the last 4 bars before the drop, we have this preset coming in from Omnisphere. It's the Chimatron Vibe Harp Octave Dry. And just before the drop, we have this sub bass drop. Then we have the drop. Lots of stuff to cover. First up, we have this new synth coming in. This synth is similar to the introduction synth, apart from the fact that we brought up the low pass filter, so that's why you're hearing some more high frequencies in this one. The hi-hat is still playing, except now it's playing offbeat instead of on-beat, and we also have this kick loop. Here we're using the Lex Heavy kick. Playing with the kick is this 808. I don't know where this 808's from, but I found it in a sample pack. For the clap, we're using the Luger Slap Clap, as well as the Luger Snare. Also playing in the drop is the arpeggiating synth. We also have a few different percussion sounds that are playing throughout the drop. And we also have the Zaytoven rimshot playing, which separates every 8 bars of the drop. After the drop plays, we come back into verse 2, which is pretty similar to the first verse, but we do have some differences. So every first 2 bars of the second verse are the same as the first verse. But every second 2 bars, we have the 808 and the percussion coming back in. Now we're coming up to the second build-up. Here we have this new snare loop coming in. And the second drop is pretty similar to the first drop. I don't think I did anything too differently here. The only difference with the second drop is that it stops for a beat to introduce what I'm going to call the bridge. The bridge actually changes key here, so instead of playing E minor, we're playing C major. I know it says G major, but all these notes are inside the C major scale as well. And playing with that, we have the kick and the 808. We also have this bell sound coming in. That's from Nexus. We're using the PL80's Ballad Bell. Then as the build-up continues, the Prids sidechain bass comes back in, and this is what it plays. We also have the hi-hat and the clap introduced back in with a low-pass filter. Then right before the drop, we have these 4 crashes playing. The third drop is very similar to the first 2 drops, but it does switch up after 16 bars. Here we're introducing a new synth. Again, for the wavetable, we're using basic mini, and I'm using some filters to give it a spacey effect. The 808 here is switched up as well. And that's again working with the kick. The last synth I want to go through with you is this really cool, like lightning strike type of sound. Here we're using the PWM Inception, which you can find inside of Analog, as well as just a basic saw oscillator. And we're modulating the ASYM plus minus of both of these using envelope 3. For filters, we're using hyperdimension, distortion, chorus, delay, and reverb. Then to make the sound more gritty, we're using Sound Godizer, Fruity Parametric EQ2 to cut out some of the mids, and then Fruity Blood Overdrive. And that's making the sound more distorted. Again, I'm going to leave the FLP in the description below if you want to have a look at that synth or any other synth from this song. So that's it for the instrumental. I'll play you a clip from the song now. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.